All right, I'm just going to take the table from BTCH, I think. But first, I'll get all my sizes set up for 200 NL, just in case he wants to dance. You know, play a few hands. Could happen. Could happen. Okay, where's my hotkeys? 200 NL. Nope. Still no. Wonder why I gotta like do it 2 or 3 times. So weird. Can you guys see that? It's like 50 NL, 100 NL, 200 NL. There's the that little house. You see it? The little house there in the corner. That means the one I have selected is 200 NL, but it is not doing the hotkey action. Let me try one last time. Okay, we're in business. Now it is. The other thing that's weird is it always sits me here. All of my seat settings are set to auto sit at the bottom of the table, but now I have to manually go click sit here. So that's like a new thing. Oh, it did not work. I need 4.6. God damn it. Now it's 4.6. Okay. Gonna 3-bet. Pocket sevens. And it looks like we're off to a hot start. A hot start with the pocket sevens. What am I gonna do on a jack high board in a 3-bet pot? I think I'm gonna bet 42% pot-ish. Ooh, and we hit a jack. Okay, when the turn pairs, we use the old 2/3 pot size bet. All right, so he has a jack. He's saying he has a jack. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it's not ace-jack. Nope, and we win. I guess that's good. Whoop, that's not the one I wanted. I wanted this one. Are you going to give us the table, or is he going to keep playing? Looks like he's going to keep playing. All right. He usually doesn't play this high. He must have been winning or something. He usually plays 50 NL, 100 NL. And kind of hovers around there. Sometimes he'll sit 200 NL if there's no weaker opponent, but he usually doesn't sit 300 NL or 300 NL, 200 NL that often. Queen high board, it's dry. Let's see. I'm gonna randomize. Yeah, we'll bet it here. Where's my drink? And we get called. Gonna check this one back. This is not a 3-street hand. He bets half pot fairly quickly. We're gonna call. He shouldn't have aces, kings, or queens. He would have 4-bet those. He can have some queen X. And we check. And he block bets 1/3. Very interesting block bet. So quick with his bets, I don't understand. Is my auto time bank on too? I want to know that. Game options. Where is... Yep, it is. I honestly don't think I can... I'm getting the right price, but I just don't think he's ever bluffing. Right? Like, are you ever bluffing, bud? Ever? I don't think so. I have better hands there. All right, he's at 260. So if he gets to 300, I'm going to open to 2.4x. Increase our size. Picking up some hands here. We get 3-bet. We are going to be 4-betting. To this amount right here. So we are 4-bet pot, king high board. We're going to bet 20% pot, I believe. We use 20% size a lot. Sorry, I'm just getting my calculator. 18.92. I wish I could have a 20% size, but Plano doesn't have it. And we like using 25% on, whoops, what was it? 132. And we win. Yeah, so in 4-bet pot, sorry, that looks ridiculous that I'm staring off over there with my calculator open. In a lot of these spots, especially at 100 big blinds or just over 100 big blinds, we're going to be using 20% size on the flop, 25% size or jam on the turn. A lot of those connected straight boards in 4-bet pots are jams. Some of the flops are even jams, like 7 high boards, 8, 7, 6 kind of thing. A lot of those are just jams. Sometimes on the flop, sometimes on the turn. Especially with like an overpair, like pocket 9s, pocket 10s, half the time you're jacks. Okay. You know what? A 5x 4-bet at 100 big blinds is not a thing. Huh? All right, in position, jack high board. Ugh. We're gonna bet. Nope, we're gonna check. Oh, wow. I like the hat on backwards when I'm sitting up, but like, it doesn't really work when you want to lean back. Ooh, we rivered value. Snap call. Now he's opening 2x. So he went from, like, what are my notes? 2x, 2.5x. Then he had a 5x 4-bet size at 100 big blinds. That's just fucking stupid. Yeah. I don't even think I call it at a 2x open. The smallest open you can do. You still don't play that hand. But now he's giving me the best price to play a boatload of hands. You should never use a 2x open. We're going to float with our queen high for the small size. So I'm going to check back ace highs, king highs. Definitely bet jack highs and 10 highs as a bluff. Queen highs, I feel like half the time they're good, half the time I bet them. I don't know. Yeah. So we got draw to the nuts. It's always good to have a draw to the nuts. And we take it down. 2x. I don't get to play versus 2x. This is normally a fold, right? Against, like, the Queen Dewey is normally a fold against a 2.5x open. But versus the 2x. Bum, bum, bum. I call 55% of the time versus 2x. All right, do we want to check raise bottom pair? I don't even think I want to call versus that size. It's probably a call with a pair and part of the straight draw. Top pair. Checking it back. He's just betting every single board. Like snap betting every single board. 6 on the turn. We got a deuce. Now half pot. Not 2/3. So in relation to the pot, you bet bigger on the flop than you did on the turn. You bet like 80% pot on the flop and then 50% pot on the turn. We're going to see a river. And we're going to check one more time. Hopefully I didn't want to say hopefully. Hopefully he bets again. I was like, and then we can check raise our king and check raise like we got Miss Hearts. Those would be our bluffs. Oh yeah. Okay, so that's a standard 3-bet. Do we 4-bet? 12%. Ooh, so now it gets interesting. So I think I do. So we're going to go 47.8. Queen Jack offsuit is like one of your nut 4-bet bluff hands. And he calls. And we hit top pair again. So what are we going to bet here on a queen high board? We're going to do 20%. I can't remember what it was last time here. Something like that. Yeah, and then that's not a good turn card. The king would actually be better because then we're open-ended. Although I guess we could bet 25% pot. Again, even with the ace. Yeah, I was going to say, we've got the initiative in a 4-bet pot. Other than me looking at calculators, I think we're playing 4-bet pots well. Jack 2 suited. Was like it, or Jack 4 suited. It's close. Oh, I should have 3-betted actually. All right, we're gonna float back to hearts, back to straight draw. And I think we just so here, do I want to bet small? I don't think I think I bet the wrong one. Yeah, wrong size here. Wow, he's didn't bet the turn. That's interesting. I was thinking 30 and 200 when the whole board gets checked to the river. We got the nut gutter again. Queen high board, just gonna bet 30% pot. And we take it out. Flopping a flush. So flushes, you use 22% pot, like really tiny. So we're just going to bet the min that we can, which is $2. And that is a horrible card. So on the turn, we have two sizes. I think we use like 60% pot and 150% pot. But not with this particular hand. I feel like he would have bet any heart. Like a 10 of hearts, jack of hearts. I don't think he has any boats. I am going to go for value, I think, here with a baby flush. Yeah. Okay. Kind of want to kick my feet up a little bit. Ooh, we rolled a very low number for a very infrequent 3-bet with 9-7 offsuit. I've actually folded a lot of trashy hands here. Hello, queens. So I wonder if he gets action at another table if he'll quit us, because I think he's only playing us because there's no other action going. It could be the case. All right, verse. Do we 4-bet again? Not this time. I'm like, we got queen jack offsuit. All I do is I see it and I get excited, like, ooh, let's 4-bet it. This time we'll put it in our 3-bet calling range. Okay, so in position on 3-bet pot, do we take a stab on a straight board? That is the question. Yep, we're going to do it. And we take it down. We've been just decimating with our queen jacks. We're hitting queen X, everything. So we got the nut gutter and a backdoor diamonds. Not going to check raise this one. So he checks on the ace, but did you ever have a queen? That is the question. I was thinking about the bluff, but I'm like, he might have just had a queen. I always try to decide, do I want to check raise, but then you risk him not betting? Or do you want to just lead? Ace, king, deuce, rainbow. So this is actually a big bet board, like 150% pot. I just don't think we have the hand to do it. So we're going to check it. Now on the turn bricks, I think I actually am going to bet. Like he just doesn't have any aces, kings, ace, king, no deuce X. So there's just a ton of pressure to float your high cards now. And I do check back some aces. And some kings. And check back. Nut flush draw. Ace high might still be good here. It's unlikely as a king. He seems to be betting everything when he has a piece, so it's unlikely as a 9. Maybe an 8 checks back. I doubt it. Oh, now we can just chop, I guess. Yeah, no 3-bet with ace 10. That's interesting. No 3-bet with king queen off, apparently, either, with that note. 4-5, gonna call versus the 2x open. Hitting a 5. Okay, now the question, do we want to probe? I feel like we probe 6s, 7s, a 9, 3, 4, 7, 10. We have way better hands to probe with, so we are going to check our weak pair. Queen Jack, Jack 10. Yeah, we have lots of hands to probe with. We do not need to probe our 5. We're definitely going to do check call. 9 is a great card. He might have an 8. He might not. So this is going to be a check decide. He bets big. Did you just turn an 8? Did you just turn an 8? I don't know. I don't know. We're going to find out. Oh, okay. That's interesting. You take the line that yields the least amount of money every time. Like on that board where you had a 7 and the turn was a 5, you have top pair, no overcards, and you chose to check back and let overcards come. And then on this board, kind of the same thing. I don't get it. I don't get it. So I can go check, bet, check. Or, sorry, bet, check, bet. Or I could go bet, bet, check. I think I'm going to go for the check back. And we got the worst river. And he just leads. I guess I should have gone bet, bet. In hindsight. I don't think he's bluffing enough. I honestly don't. So we hit a 6. I'm gonna bet 30% pot. Five's not the greatest card. You can call it a piece. Diamonds. I'm gonna check this back. Half pot. Yeah, I think my sizes are 2/3 or 150 when I'm gonna be betting the river. Alright. Alright, buddy. I'm just thinking about it. That ace-10 hand, why in the fuck would he be bluffing with ace-high? Check call. Like, bluff your shittier hands. You have ace-high. It's likely a chop. You don't need to turn that hand into a bluff. Alright. You get phone calls. You get spam like once a week. Calling with 10-7 suited. We hit a pair. Goes for the big size, like 75%. He must have 75% picked, right? Like 6 into 8, roughly. Call. So we got a gut shot to a 9. Yeah, 75% seems to be his go-to size. I like that we do not have diamonds or spades. We block 7-8. We block 7-7. I mean, yeah, I don't think he's doing it with just an 8. Could have 9-10. Could have a jack. Could still have a lot of draws. I think we got to call one more. And then we just drill the 9. We just drill it. That's great. That really is great. Hello, pocket queens. Goodbye, pocket queens. Oh, now he switches to 2.5x open. So that means I do 3-bet. I was not going to, but now I do. Yeah. King Jack, your frequency changes with the size of their open. King Jack offsuit versus 2.5x, you 3-bet 75% of the time. I rolled a higher number, passive. We have a double gutter here. I'm going to check. I was going to say, because we can hit a 7 or a jack. This is such a weird board. And I just go check. I guess so. Alright, I was like, how many jacks do you have? I'm just going to call. It's so bad. It's just so bad. I guess I should have bet. Like, why are you betting $2 when the board has a straight? If you're going to try and bluff at it, do it properly. What does that accomplish? You add a little bit more rake. You're not getting any hands to fold. It's like, I haven't studied this spot. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. You check and chop, or you bet massive and try and bluff. So you don't have to chop. It's not really rocket science here. 2.5x now. Okay. Pot size bet. Back to 2x. I wonder if he's bad enough to be putting his weaker hands in the 2x size and his stronger hands in the 2.5x size. Wouldn't surprise me. I think I am going to bet here. I'm going to probe. Yeah. Turn this hand into a bluff. Ooh, he check raises. He found one of the hands I can't continue on. I'm just looking at 3s and 5s. There's not a ton in his range. Not many 2-pair combos. Some king 5, I guess. And we take it down. Okay, we're going to float here with our king of clubs. And we just turn a king. He checks back, so we're going to go for some value now this time. So like I said, 67 or 150. There's no need to go 150. I think we just go 2/3. Six high board, 6-5 deuce. Do we want to probe? I was going to say like probably 30% of the time we probe. Do we want to check raise? Nope. All right, we call. And we're going to check. Like he's not betting these. So I think we check raise like 3.5x, something like this. And we take it down. Trying to think, so I mean, obviously we had a straight. It's easy to figure out which hands you check raise. But I was like trying to talk through the bluffs. We're so fast onto the next hand already. Like, which hands would I bluff here as well? 99. All right, we're checking back. 92. We're checking back again. Playing speed poker here. 5. I'm just going to check. Yes, king high. Win. No. Doesn't 3-bet 6-4 suited. We are going to 3-bet this. And we get called. We have top pair. 10 high board. We are going to bet, I think, half pot. So like something like that. Now, do we get cute? Do I trap or do I bet? I think we check. I was going to say, just don't put a heart out there. And then we're going to check call again. And win. Well, we set the trap, sort of. I mean, I check back some of the turns. You can't be scared on board pairing turns. Usually the lower the board pairing turn, you fire again. Like, it's a good card, yes, but I mean, when it's a higher pair, like 10s, pair of jacks, top card pairing, yeah, you know, it's a 3-bet pot. They're more high card heavy, so low cards, pretty safe to barrel. What's my check raises here? Probably wrapped around the 6. I think I'm going to go for it. We're going to try a check raise with a 10-5 offsuit and take it down.
Listen, here's the thing. If you can't spot the sucker in your first half hour at the table, then you are the sucker.
Did you guys like that one? Just having some fun with the graphics. Okay, 9 high board. We've got king jack. Do we want to bet? I think we're going to check this one back. Can go either way. Any bet's big. We just fold. King 10, I think, versus 2x. We're just going to call. I rolled a low number, but I just don't think we actually 3-bet this one. I think it's just a flat call every time at the 2x open. Do we want to probe on the flush? I think we do. He would have bet every combo of flush draws. Ace, king, deuce again. And we have this not too long ago, and rainbow. Ace, king, deuce, rainbow. Check our 7s. Turn 6. Again, this is a board that hits us more than him. He doesn't have aces, doesn't have kings, doesn't have ace, king, right? Yeah, so I think we are gonna bet on this turn. Delayed C bet. one street of value if he picked up backdoor diamonds. Like if he has a 6, we get value from a 6, a deuce. Obviously not an ace or a king. Unlikely he has pocket 8s. And then we can charge for his diamond draw if he picked one up. We're going to 3-bet our 9-7 suited. Where's my bubbly? Let me take it out. Yeah, monotone boards and single raise pots. Well, 3-bet pots, 4-bet pots. They play very, very small. So. So yeah, you would bet like 22% pot on the flop if it's monotone. And then on the turn, let's say the four flush comes in. Then you go super polar. Yeah, you go super polar, and I think it's like 58 or 150% pot. So you can go for thin value or massive value. Lots of bluffs. It's kind of a cool spot. Let's see here. So we've got an ace queen 3. Kind of plays like the ace king deuce board, actually. I'm just trying to decide what I want to do here. We're going to bet tiny, tiny, tiny. And he's really not giving us any resistance whatsoever. Funky Monkey. I feel like I've seen that screen name before on Play Now. Is that possible? Funky Monkey. Do you play on Play Now, Funky Monkey? We're going to probe this turn here. And the stream is on a 2-minute delay. I'm going to block. And he raises. Okay, this feels legit. Feels somewhat legit. Did you just river a king? Just flat call a 3. He has not shown any propensity for this line to ever be light. Like, there's just no bluffs. He hasn't shown one yet, so. Anyway. Oh, this is still saying here. Sorry, this entire time I had 50 cent a dollar slideshow. We're playing 200 NL. Let's correct that now, shall we? It's been that way for a while. My apologies. 10 high board. We are going to check. We c-bet, high frequency c-bet, like 65% of the time. So we're going to call. And we're going to river the best hand. I think. All right, we just call here. Nice hand. Yeah, there's not much we can do. We just call down. Because he could be doing it with like ace X of spades, and we beat all aces there because he would have 3-bet ace king. So, call 6-3 suited. Check. Fold. Yeah, there's still no other heads up tables going here. I know you guys are. I'll just go to the lobby real quick. Yeah, so there's us right here. Right? That's us. And then us, he's still sitting, yeah. There's just no other action really going on here. Is there any other 1-2 tables? Still no 1-2 tables. All right. Anyway. But I am loving the 2x open. Like versus 2x open, I think I play 85% of my hands. So thank you for that. Versus a full 3x open, I think I play like 55% of my hands roughly. Like a 30% decrease in hands by opening to 3x versus 2x. So You shouldn't open a 2x. It's too good a price. But I'll take it. Sorry, just reading the chat here. Okay, I'm going to call. Funky Monkey says, no, I haven't played, but it looks like a good place to go, laugh out loud, as we flop trips here. I'll bring the chat back up. Okay, we're going to probe the turn, I guess. Did we probe the turn? Yeah, we should have checked. So, if you're unfamiliar with Play Now, Funky Monkey, Play Now Poker is a Canadian poker site. And it is 4 provinces. It used to be 3 provinces for a long time. It was Manitoba, BC, Quebec, and Saskatchewan just joined. I think like a year and a half, maybe 2 years already, year and a half, 2 years ago kind of thing. So there's 4 Canadian provinces, and it is backed or run by the BC Lottery Corporation. So all of this is through BC. So if you deposit money or you transfer money out, like your statement's going to say BCLC or whatever the British Columbia Lottery Corporation is there. So if you are not in one of those 4 provinces, you cannot play. It is location specific, so it'll detect it right away. You won't be able to play. It's shitty, let's be honest. The software is shitty. And the player pool is obviously tiny, because it's just 4 provinces. But the good thing is they have mano-a-mano heads-up tables, right? Which have been removed for a long, long time, right? On all other sites. So like PokerStars, GG Poker, they're all Zoom pools, right? Zoom pools, maybe there's 80 players, but fold, next hand, so you have good players and bad players mixing it up. And it's just more fair. Like, they got rid of heads-up tables so long ago, so let's just use PokerStars as an example. The reason being is it's bad for the operator, and it's bad for the bad player. Like, a good player playing heads-up will fleece a bad player very quickly and very easily. Like, there is a huge skill advantage if you've studied heads-up versus someone who hasn't. So, if a bad player loses their money so quickly to a good player, it's not good for the bad player. Bad experience. They're probably not going to, want to come back and do that again. And it's not good for the operator or the poker site, in this example, PokerStars, because they played so short, they didn't generate much rake. So it's kind of a lose-lose. It's just bad for the ecosystem, bad for business as a poker operator, the site. So the fact that it still exists on this Canadian site, Play Now Poker, I am so happy. To be able to sit heads-up tables and play the game that I truly do love. It's probably the one I've studied the most, played the most over 10 or 15 years. I'll jump in 6 max, but I play too loose. I know you have to play loose, but I play really loose. Like, I'm a heads-up player in a 6 max game looking for heads-up spots. That's not the way to do it. There's completely different ranges. I just assume every spot in 6 max is button versus big blind. Not the way to go about it. But, yeah. All right, let's get back to it here. Ace, King on a paired board. Turn 10. Do we ever probe with a 10? I feel like we do. I feel like we do some portion of the time. Let's try it. See what happens. All right. I'm in the peg. Shout out to Funky Monkey. You're in the peg. All right, well, then I better hit you with this one here. We're going to switch cameras for a second. Go into window cam. Oh, man. It is really red, the lights and the glare. So, obviously, I have LED lighting on the back of my 3-monitor setup. And it's reflecting off of the glass. I got a couple webcams. So, I have the webcam set up to point, one of them to point outside. And it was... I want to call here? Yeah. Sorry, I'm in the hand also. And I had -16, feels like -24 or whatever. I was getting cute with some of the fun graphics that you can do on a stream. What bet checks here? Do you river a 4? You're not just betting a 3, a 10. Like, I wasn't paying attention. I was gonna bet the turn, and then he bet the turn. I got lost in the hand here. Yeah, I just surrender. Yeah, okay, 10. He wasn't gonna fold a 10 anyways. Yeah, I shoveled the driveway today. I was kind of a couple days behind on the old shoveling. All right. I think I butchered that hand. I was thinking of playing it completely different, but I got lost in talking. That's part of the downfalls of streaming. I got so many things going on with the Stream Deck, the hotkeys, YouTube, OBS broadcast software, trying to explain what the hell I'm doing. It's fun, but if you're just trying to maximize your edge, probably just play without all the other distractions. This one, I think we're going to go 200% pot here. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Ace-high board in position. I think we're going to bet small. I got to go back to my sizes here because I was trying to fiddle with the webcams. And we take it down. All right, versus 2x. 50% of the time, we're going to 3-bet. All right, let's see. We're going to roll up. 3-bet. There we go. Got different 3-bet sizes versus his 2x. Okay, out of position, 3-bet pot. 8-high board. What are we going to do on an 8-high board? All right, let's roll. See, we're going to check. It would have been nice as if it was a queen. We've been connecting with queens all session here. Let's check it back. Yeah. All right, you win the money. Enjoy that pot. It's one of the few that you've won. $10-5, I believe, is a defend versus the 2x. Check. Call. 6-7. Monotone board. He bets small. We're going to call it 1 with our 6. Checking it back. On the ace. I wonder if I ever go huge. Like if I had a pair and a spade. Yeah, I wanted a bluff. Like if I have like jack. No, jack's kind of almost value. Like a deuce. What if I had like a deuce or a 9 and a spade? And the ace comes and he's trying to bet for value and I just check raise massive. I feel like that's a thing. Call. There's our queen jack. Man, we've had queen jack a lot. And now we're flopping the nut gutter. I like it. Thinking of a card. All right, we're going to probe. Got to go back to my sizes here. Not the card we're looking for. I think we're honestly betting for value. I don't think he has a king. We'd be betting for value, obviously, on a 10, a jack, a queen. Probably bluff an ace, an 8 maybe even. 6 running backdoor low cards with a spade. I don't know. We have one spade. Yeah. All right. That's called floppin' nussin'. The nunya. Although I kind of feel like kind of feel like doing something like this. And we take it down.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Check this one back. So if you're wondering about my RNG, the random number generator in the bottom left corner, it is used to randomize your decisions. Some people do it where the high number is the aggressive number. I think that's ass backwards. I roll a low number and I will take an aggressive action, right? So like the example, I think there's a slide, one of the slides right below here, below the webcam box, that says, for example, pre-flop versus 2.5x open. You're supposed to 3-bet, like 3-4 suited, whatever it said, 35% of the time or something like that. Well, how do you know? How do you know it's 35% of the time? We just flop gin, by the way. Use the RNG. Otherwise, you'd be too biased. Yeah. So, whoops. On straight boards, I just going to bet 2/3 because I lost my place. And that's fine. King 10 suited. I know we 3-bet this a fair bit. I imagine it's a 3-bet pure. Where's the 2x? Call. And we take it down. So 50 NL table popped up. Fine whatever versus SG114. It's the only other table going, and then ours. Hello, Ace King suited. Flopping a 5. Feel like we check raise some 3x, 4-6 obviously, some 6-7, backdoor spades, backdoor clubs. With this, I think it's just a check call. Do we go for value with bottom pair? I feel like it's close. I rolled a 22 and then I bitched out. Now I rolled an 18 like I'm supposed to call. Bet half pot. He just has not shown a propensity to bluff. Like, are you ever betting a 7 here? Is it just a weak queen that check back or an 8? All right, let's pay and find out one time. It's a 7. Okay, so it's always value, which you're supposed to do. But you also have to have some bluffs in there. Like, if you're just checking back your high card hands that miss and only betting, like, you know, second pair, third pair here and there, like, I can just start folding more, which is what I was doing. That's the adjustment to make, because you're not putting any bluffs into those sizes. You need to be. So we 3-bet most of our wheel aces. I know versus 2.5x, ace 2 and ace 6 are mostly calls. Because you got to have some suited wheel aces in your flat calling range as well, so you can flop the nut flush in single raise pots. And we just let this go. So we've been up and running live for 1 hour, 24 minutes, and 33 seconds. I might take a break at some point. My buddy said he wants to come on and battle closer to 9 o'clock or just after. Rolled a 91. I'm gonna check. Yeah. Jack high board. I think we're just gonna check this one back. Going with the half pot. Like, what am I calling for? I rolled a low number, but like I said, I need him to be betting backdoor hearts, 5-6, right? Ace deuce here, and he just isn't. Right? So I have my baseline strategy. I know a lot of the sizes, obviously. But then you got to figure out what your opponent's doing and make some deviations from baseline. How far you deviate or your adjustments that you make really is up to your opponent. If he's not punishing you at all or exploiting you, then you can deviate and exploit the hell out of him. He likes the half pot size. I don't know. Seems like a weird size to use on the turn. Is that a 3-bet? Did you guys see that? Have you seen any of those? When's the last time you saw him do a 3-bet? His 3-bet percentage, if I had HUDs, like we used to be able to have HUDs on here. I think I have some old videos somewhere on the YouTube channel showing the HUD. His 3-bet percentage is probably like 2%. Heads up, that is atrocious. You should be 3-betting based on the size of their open. If they open more, bigger, you 3-bet bigger. They open less, you 3-bet a little bit less. But 23 to like 26%. There's a lot of 3-betting going on. 6 max tables, what is it? 8, 9%? Somewhere in there. I don't know what the optimal size is or the frequency is. But heads up, you're in the mix, baby. And this guy's 3-bet frequency is very, 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 very low. I think we just check here. He might have turned an 8, but 2 6s. All right. It seems fair. It's a fair fight.
As of right now, we are at war.
Okay. So he's 3-betting a little bit more frequently here. Queen 6 suited. We're going to come along. We're going to see a flop. Hey, where's our queen? We've hit a queen in all the big pots. Where is our queen? 9 high. What is this? 9 high, and he bets 75% pot on a 9 high board. That seems a bit much. Yeah, that seems a bit much. I guess you don't want me to float or defend anything. You get money from like a tiny bit of value with that size, but if you want me to float, you gotta give me a better price, bud. All right, thinking of a card. 9. Oh. I think I might check raise here if, yeah, if he bets, so like here, 8 and 8. We're going to go massive. That's called a geometric size, like I want to get the money in on the turn and river with 2 equal sizes. Since you were pretty weak on the flop, you have not been checking back strong. I said we're going to bet. We're going to check raise massive with a double gutter and take it down with 10 high. Because you know what's coming. Your hand was weak on the flop. You didn't really improve much on the turn. I have cards that block things. I'm going to pile it in your face with a geometric size. check raise Geo. Or you can use the term 2E. The reason they say 2E, I don't know about GTO Wizard, but Pio Solver, when you're putting the inputs, you're like, hey, I want to check raise geometric. It's the input is like, you know, you have 75%, 60%. You got to put in E. Do you want it 2E, 3E? So those are the sizes that you put in. Whew. Min raise. It's just so bad. Like, do you have a king? If you have a king, let me barrel. If you have a 10, like, why are you... Like, it doesn't even make sense. You get my heir to fold and my strong hands to call. It's just, that's such a bad size. If you're going to check raise properly. Yeah, so 2E just means getting the money in over 2 streets. Turn and river. Heads up, it's always turn and river. I guess you could do 3E. If you're trying to do flop, turn, and river, I feel like that's just not a heads-up thing. All right, so 3-bet pot. We flop spades on a board that has pocket threes. He shouldn't have too many hands, too many trips, right? What kind of hands have a 3 in it? Queen 3 offsuit, stuff like that. It's only going to be the suited variety. So like 3-4 clubs, 3-4 hearts. And he check raises. So if he had a 3, now he check raises 3x. Last time he check raised 2.5x in a 3-bet pot. Like, do you have pocket 9s, 10s, jacks? I feel like aces, kings, and queens would have 4-bet. So jacks, 10s, 9s. Well, I feel like we're just going to go for the bluff here now. Right? And then get ready to show our hand. Right? There. Got a bluff. Got a bluff it. We did it. We bluffed it. And then we showed it. Okay, we're back to the good price. Thank you. Yes, stay consistent with giving me a good price so I can play 85% of the hands. I appreciate you letting me play a boatload of hands. It's very considerate of you. Call. He's using the 75% size now. We rolled a 1. That is our most aggressive number. He snap checks back. So now I think we do the 150, right? Like we missed spades. And we just showed a bluff, so maybe we'll get paid off this time. Is he in the tank? He's got to run the Sims. Huh? Pay me my money. Pay me the money. Oh, I heard my other table here. Sorry. What is going on here? Wait a second. Oh, okay. One momento. I'm going to go to my 2-table screen. I'm going to get rid of the 100 NL table. And just give me 1 sec. Let me tile these. And 2 tables. Here we go. I got it. I got it. We're back in action here. All right. I'm going to keep all my settings at the 200 NL. Yeah. So the only shitty thing about having Oh, I didn't even realize he has $10, for fuck's sakes. I wouldn't have bothered. Yeah. The only shitty thing with that is I have all my hotkeys programmed to, sorry, I'm just going to minimize this, to one size, right? 6, he turned to 6. All right, so everything's programmed for 200 NL, and now I have to manually use, like, I should be just playing push fold here for this $10, but that's all right. Just going to check back. I don't know. I don't think there's any value to be had here. Super annoying. So I closed out my other table. So if I have 2 tables and hit tile, it tiles them perfectly so that I can put the screen up. Which way is it? Right here. Right here? How does that look? Like that. Yeah, looks better. But if I have 3 tables, then I can't hit the tile button because it'll try and rearrange all 3 evenly on my screen, right? So we're going to probe the turn here. And I think we just go for some value with our queen. And let's see here. King, Jack,